Hello, don't worry, it's Joe. What's good with everybody? Right now, I'm doing a little bit of DoorDash right now, but I wanted to take a break real quick just to come make a video because I haven't been posting as consistently as before. Ever since I've been starting to do my DoorDash full time and I got my car back, I've been like work, and I haven't taken the time away to put into my videos. So I'm back, and I am going to be more consistent with making these videos and make sure I get them put out on a day-to-day basis, if not every day, at least every other day. But I'm gonna make as many videos as possible. But I've also found like some new inspiration anyway, so that helps too. That's another thing. I wasn't necessarily the most I don't want to say motivated, but inspired to make videos, because some of the things that what I thought about putting out, it was just like stuff that I've already said. But in the meantime, I did see some videos in my camera roll from like years back. So I might post those in the next couple days too, so you guys can see just my perspective when I was this was during COVID, so this was during 2020. So I might put those videos out to see how it was 3 years prior, and let you guys kind of see a peek and see how far I've come, if anything's changed, if anything. Those will be some cool little videos. There's only a couple, but I'll probably try to put those out for you guys. But what I wanted to come on here and talk about right now is creative expression. So it's funny, like me personally, I've never really thought I was really a creative person. Or damn, I'm fucking up the camera. Hold up, my bad. Let me just sit still. But I've never thought of myself really as a like super creative person. Like I remember back in 4th grade, we had like end of the year class rewards. So it was like, and we all voted for them ourselves. So it was like best dressed, best smile, funniest, smartest person, that type of stuff in the class. And I remember I wanted to be like, and is like fastest runner or most athletic, stuff like that, most funniest, most smartest. And I always knew I was like smart. The thing, I've always been smart and I've always been athletic. So I was like banking on, I'm like, I have to win these awards. Like I know I'm either gonna get most smart or most athletic. So when they passed out the awards and they did like this most athletic or whatever, they gave it to some kid who played soccer. He was like fast or whatever. I'm like, bro, what the heck? He only plays soccer. Like I play football, basketball, baseball. How did he win? Like that's so stupid. How did he win it? But I'm like, all right, whatever. And then like for the smartest kid, that was one where I kind of knew, like I've always been smart, but I've never been like the smartest kid. You always have that, like, the kids who get the A's on every test and everything. I mean, I was getting A's and stuff too, but you always have the kids who they do it every test. I do it like every two tests out of 3, I'll get the A. But anyways, so they passed that out. I kind of knew I wasn't gonna get it, but I was hoping. I'm like, okay, I had to get that, because if I don't get, the thing was like everybody gets an award. That's the way the teacher kind of set it up. So, and I think it was like boys and girls. So I think it was like 15 awards, one for the boys, one for the girls, or something. It might have been like that. I don't remember. But so when I didn't get my award for either for most athletic or smartest, I was like, maybe I'll get like a class clown or something. But even then I knew, because I'm like, I mean, I'm funny, at least to myself. I'm funny, but I've never been like funny for everybody. So I'm like, what award am I gonna get? So they come through and it's like, okay, and most creative, or it was actually most artistic. It wasn't most creative. It was most artistic. They gave me the award. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, but in my head, I'm like, yo, what? Like, what do you mean most artistic? Like, I don't like to draw. Like, when do you guys ever see me drawing or anything like that? Or doing anything that's like artistic? What are you guys talking about? And then I talked to some people. I'm like, bro, like, you guys voted me most artistic. Like, yeah, you're like super creative. Like, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I remember, now that I think about it, this was 4th grade, and we used to do these. We used to write these stories, or we used to have these journal entries that we do every morning, and So boom, maybe like we get like 10, we have a morning assignment we have to do where it's like some math and some language arts. After we finish that, then it's like, okay, write in your journal for the next 15, 20 minutes. And then we have like a presentation board where you put your name on it if you want to present, and everybody has to present at least one time each week, something from their journal. So I would write these stories. I would write these like, you know, it'd just be random stories that you write in your journal every morning. And I loved, two things I always loved in school. I loved presenting. I always loved the journal entries. I always loved like the presentations we used to have to do where we had to learn songs, learn poems. That was, fourth grade was lit because I remember we had to remember poems too. And I was always good at remembering the poems. But anyways, back to the point. So we had these journal entries that we had to do, and I used to always want to go up there and present. I always had some type of cool idea or anything. Not gonna lie, some of those ideas I stole. I stole some of those ideas, but a lot of them were actually my own ideas too. I used to make like these little commercials for like fake products and stuff, or, you know, just tell random stories. So now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe that's another reason why they voted me most artistic. But yeah, so I would just always, I was never like a artist, like drawing and stuff, but I guess I always had a creative mind. And when they voted me for that, I really didn't understand. I'm like, I'm not artistic. They just gave me this to like pat me on the back. I never, you know what I'm saying? But people were telling me like, no, Vince, you're very artistic. You're very like creative. Like, I guess I was just a little bit different, you know? So that was like the first, I guess, exposure to artistic stuff. Because like I said, the whole time I'm about athletics and I'm about like being pretty good at school. So that was me my whole life. And, I've always kind of like despised oh, let me turn this car off. We good? All right, my bad.
I fucked up the camera, but don't trip about it.
All right, but anyway,
the video.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so, and I've never really thought of myself to really be creative like that. And even like I always kind of despised music. At least people who like music. I've always kind of despised artistic people in a way. And I don't know why. It's so weird. And being completely honest, maybe it comes from like a place of jealousy or something, because I see that they're really good at what they do. And I never really pictured that I could be good at it too. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's the thing too. Maybe thinking back on what it was. Most of the stuff that I do, I even told you guys in that video, I'm usually pretty good at it. Pretty much anything I try, I'm usually pretty good at it. The one thing though where like I've never really been that good at was art, because most of the stuff that I like to do, there's a set guideline, there's a basis of how you do it. If you give me like math, there's a formula for the equation that you're trying to solve. Anything in school like science, there's a formula in chemistry that you have to remember, or there's just a structure to the way that things happen. You know, physical change, chemical change, all that. If we're even talking like history, like these are events that already happened. There's literally only one right answer. So I've always been able to just go find the right answer for anything that I've been able to do. Sports, there's certain techniques and stuff that you have to do. If you want to make a tackle, you know, you square up, break down, drive through. If you want to run a certain route, you have to, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. But one thing where it's never been like I can just pick it up and do it was art. Because art is like, well, and art is weird because there are techniques to it, but I don't know. I just always never been that good at art, you know? I don't know why. I just don't have steady hands. Like my penmanship has never been good. I couldn't create straight lines. So my art was never great. And I think that thing that gets me too with art is that it is so like, what can I say about art? Like you have to know the tech. I don't know. Because when I would draw, I guess the thing about art is that you always make mistakes, but mistakes aren't necessarily frowned upon in art. But I would always frown upon the mistakes. I'm like, no, it's not right. It's not how it's supposed to be. So I guess with art, I've never really I just never been good at it because I guess sometimes I'm too like structured and I want to have everything perfect. I can never just live with the mistakes and just let it be. So maybe that's why I've never been good at art. So I've kind of always despised like people who are good at art and they talk about it, and they're like, especially with music, people like talking about music theory and all these terms and stuff. I'm like, it's just, for me, I'm just like, it's just music. And I don't know. I just kind of like, I guess I felt bad about myself where it's like, this is a realm where I'm not well versed in this area. So I've kind of despised people who are like music nerds. I always like music, but I'm like, why do they have to talk about it like that? Why do they have to talk about crescendos and arpeggios and all this stuff? Why can't they just say they like the music or they don't like the music? That's kind of always been the approach I've taken. And I was hating for no reason, you know, shit. I don't know why. There was some stuff that I hated on back in the day where it's like, you're just hating for no reason. So I never really pictured myself to be much of an artist or much of anyone who do any type of creative expression or anything like that. But as I've gotten older and older, and as I've been able to appreciate art more, and appreciate digging deep into any content that I like to watch, I don't ever just watch it at a surface level. I do like to dig deeper. So it's funny, I'm hating on these people who are talking about all these like technical terms and everything. I'm just mad because I don't know the technical terms. But even though I want to know the technical terms, but I guess I've always kind of just blocked myself off from being able to dive into art, because it was also kind of like, I'm an athlete, I can't be an artist. Like, those two don't coincide. I remember my mom was telling us like back in the day, like, hey, I think each one of you should learn an instrument. And I was just like, no, I don't want to learn an instrument. I play football, I play basketball, I don't do instruments. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, like, oh, guitar, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know why I was like that. Even though I've always shown a liking towards music and stuff. I don't know why, I just never wanted to play it. But anyways, so yeah, as I've gotten older, I've learned like to appreciate the creativity in whatever somebody makes. Even like some of these, like the 2016 freshman cypher class, I thought they were like the trash artists, and I still think some of them are trash, but I can appreciate the creativity and the artistry within some of the stuff that they do, even though I don't like the music that they necessarily make. And that's not just with them, that's with anything that I don't like. I can appreciate the artistry now. So I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm consuming all this content that other people make, all this types of art and everything like that, and I'm recognizing some of it isn't even really that good. Like, I could do better. Like, I could do something better than that. I can rap better than that. I can make a song. Like, these lyrics aren't that complex, but it's fiber. I can do that. I can learn how to play an instrument. Then what they're doing isn't that hard. I've been noticing that. So I'm like, well, how about you actually put that into effect? Like, yeah, none of these people, I want you guys to know this right now, none of these people who are artists, who are actors, who are anything, none of them are doing anything that you can't do. They're just doing stuff that you haven't done yet. All right? That's a little bit of a bar, you know what I'm saying? Use that in your everyday day-to-day life. But they're not doing nothing that you can't do. They're just doing stuff you haven't done. So if you would actually put the energy and the effort, if you would put that forward to actually go, you know, try and make something that you would like, is going to be a beautiful thing. Like, man, this is a long tangent just to get into the basis of the video, but I want, like, me personally, I'm on a journey right now where I'm trying to express myself creatively, in the way that I would like to do it. You know what I'm saying? I like a lot of stuff. I like hip hop, I like rock, those are two things I'm thinking about right now. That's just but I like rapping, I like freestyling, stuff like that. I've never really been much of a person to draw or paint or anything, but I'm just like tapped into my creativity. And I think the reason this is too, is because I believe it's our purpose to come onto this earth and create. I know it's our purpose to come on here and create, because God literally told us to be fruitful and multiply. God is the ultimate creator, and we're made in his image. So I know it is our purpose to create. And it might look different for a lot of people, but one of our purposes is to go out and create. But I'm tapped into like this creative side. I'm just getting like a lot of inspiration right now. And because my walk with God is getting so much stronger, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I want to be creative. And I know that's one of the characteristics of God, because he literally is the creator. Like, he's the ultimate creator. He's the most creative. And if you get closer to him, you're going to become more like him. And that's why I'm tapped into this creative side of myself. And I'm really appreciating. And I want you guys to know, like, some of these artists, they'll be like, oh, I'm best at creating when I'm on drugs and stuff. They're all on all types of drugs. They stop the drugs and their music sucks. Because, I mean, they're not tapped in with God. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, they are tapped into the spiritual realm. Not in a good way, because they have demons and stuff all up inside them. But they're seeing new things from new perspectives. So that's why these artists can, you know, make good music, I guess. But it's not in a positive way. You know what I mean? If you tap in and you connect with God and you get on the right path to spirituality, you can still be creative and you can make amazing, beautiful things. Anything that you're going to make for God is going to be way better than anything you would have made on those drugs with the demons and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because God is the ultimate creator. Satan is just the imitator. And I want to even let you guys know this too. And I'm talking to myself too. But when it comes to creating, and when we say like, oh, I want to create for God, you know what I'm saying? Because we want to use our creative gifts to glorify God. And I feel like some people get too focused and locked up and like, oh, well, if I'm making music and I'm Christian now, I guess everything has to be Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I love you, God. I can't talk about anything bad or anything like that. And bro, I'm gonna be honest. Create or express yourself creatively with like your creativity. It has to come from your heart. It has to be real. You know what I'm saying? So don't go out here, not saying that you don't love Jesus, but in your real everyday life, you don't say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus in every conversation, everything you talk to, everybody you talk to, everything you do isn't like always Jesus. So if you try to go out now and make music that just says Jesus, Jesus, Jesus all the time, which is not a bad thing, but if it's fake, then I think personally it is a bad thing. You don't want to fake anything. God already knows who you are. Like, God knows what's up. He knows where you are on your journey. So when you're creative, when you express yourself creatively, don't go out and just like try to make gospel songs. You're not a gospel artist. You love hip hop, you love to rap, and you cuss a little bit. Okay, who cares? If other people are gonna miss the whole entire message just because you said a couple cuss words, that's their problem. This is your art that you're supposed to create, and you're an imperfect being. So you're never gonna be, if you go out there and you make the perfect music, it's fake. We all know it's fake because nobody's perfect all the time. So go out there and express yourself in the truth of who you actually are, in your own heart, in your own mind. And God is doing a work in you, and the work is like, it's literally for the whole rest of your life. So don't try to like limit yourself and censor yourself because you think people are going to accept it. And you're like, well, I'm Christian now, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to go out there and promote bad activity, but be honest in your rhymes, or be honest in your music, be honest in your art. You know what I'm saying? If you're struggling with a certain sin, put that in the music so people can know the truth of it. And let me back this with some scripture too. God, we're strength. Wait, hold on. I'm tripping. What is the scripture? It's in our weaknesses, God is our strength. Essentially, I don't remember exactly what verse, but God is our strength within our weakness. Any moment where we're weak, God is our strength. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to hide your weaknesses in your art and hide your true feelings, hide your true emotions, because that's not like the purpose of us creating is so that we can inspire and help other people and show other people a different perspective. At least that's why I like to create. So if I were to just create and leave out all of my negativity, that would be disingenuous, and it's not. I feel like it wouldn't help. It wouldn't be as effective to help people in their real day-to-day life. But I'm always gonna, in my weakness though, God is my strength. So I'm always gonna point to God in what I do. And I had one more point that I was just trying to make, but I lost my train of thought. Hold up. Let me try to get it back. Oh, and even in the Bible, I mean, if you read the book of Psalms, if you read Lamentations, you'll see you'll see people coming forth being completely honest, like, yo, God, you left me, you abandoned me. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, why are you letting my enemies do this to me? But they turn back and they say, but you know what, God, you are God. Like, you are number one. I know you know what you're doing. But they're letting their lament be known to God. They're coming before God truthfully and honestly with 100% how you feel. And God comes and meets them and receives them. So it's important for you to come out, be real, authentic in what you do and who you are. And just make whatever that music that you wanted to make, go make that music. That art that you wanted to make, that TV show you wanted to make, that screenplay, that YouTube channel, go make it, go Twitch stream. And that's another thing too. Like, we always think that I can't start creating, I don't have any skills, I've never written music before, maybe I need to learn an instrument first and that's no, start writing now. You're gonna develop. I've never written raps before. Start writing the raps now. You know what I'm saying? And let it be a development, but choose now. I've kind of been thinking, I'm like, I want to make an album, but I'm like, I haven't even made a song. How can I make an album? And find out. And one more thing, I'm sorry, I'm flipping all these tangents, but all these artists that you like and that you listen to and stuff like that, you think that they just like sit down and say, I want to write an album, and they just write it like that? No, they have years and years and years and months of content that they haven't used up, that they want to tap into. Like, it's a long process to do what you do. But if you never start the process, you're never going to have the material that you need to actually write an album. But if you just go out there, just write the songs, write the music, write whatever you're trying to write. You have to start. And then you're going to develop and get better and better and better. And don't worry too much about, oh, it's not perfect, it's not the best. It's a development, bro. Just like you in your spiritual journey, it's a development. Like, you don't become Christian, all of a sudden you just start speaking in tongues and you're prophesying and you're casting out demons and you don't sin anymore. No, it's a process, it's a development. You know what I'm saying? So let your art be the same way. Let your art develop, let your skill develop, let your skills develop, and you're going to be A-okay, man. And understand God is for you, so who can be against you? And just don't be afraid to express yourself creatively, obviously within morality, you know what I'm saying? But that's between you and God, what you want to do. But yeah, don't be afraid to express yourself, man. Creative expression is a beautiful thing, you know. And I'm glad I'm on this journey right now of being, you know, tapping into my creativity. So, but yeah, so creative expression is a beautiful thing. That art that you're trying to make, create it. That business that you're trying to build, create it. Start taking steps forward. Say right now, I'm going to create my business. I am going to be an artist. I'm going to make songs. Or I am making songs. I am an artist. I am a businessman. And then start putting the steps forward. Do what a businessman would do. And I mean, it's gonna blow up. It's gonna be big. Trust God in everything that you do. Honor God. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just really looking forward to all of you guys utilizing your creativity. Like, God gave it to you for a reason. Even if you don't even think you're creative, you are creative. You're unique. You're an individual. You have characteristics of God. God made us in his image, and he is the creator. You are creative. You know what I'm saying? And don't let anybody tell you different. Do it like you want to do it. Like Kendrick said, don't do it like he did, because he ain't what you is, but we can win. Wait, like J. Cole said, sometimes you got to do it how you do it in front of everybody. In front of everybody face. You know what they said. You got to do it. So go do whatever it is that you do, and do it how you want to do it. If everybody else hates it, it don't matter. You like it, you love it, do it. You know what I'm saying? And be proud of what you accomplished. But and you are going to accomplish plenty of stuff. I want to let you know that right now. But that's about it for me, man. You know, I'm glad to be back on. I mean, I haven't really left too much, but I'm glad to come out here and make this video for you guys. And I hope it was a blessing. I hope it was a help. I hope it was an inspiration. You know what I'm saying? We need each other. We need community. We got to come together. We got to keep inspiring each other and just be there, you know? So I'm glad that I can inspire you guys. Stay inspired. You know what I'm saying? And just continue to grow. Continue to grow as a person. Continue to grow in your spiritual journey. Continue to grow in your health. Just continue to grow. That's one of the most important things that we can do, is ever grow. And the one way that you're going to grow, stay connected to the root, to the vine, to Jesus Christ. And you're going to have the most growth that you could ever possibly. You're going to have more growth than you could ever even ask or think. You're going to have abundance. But yeah. So write down in the comments. Look, we got to boost the algorithms and everything like that. So give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe, share the video, do what you got to do. And then other than that, I'm going to check you later. Oh, and shout out to the people out there in Hawaii who went through, you know, I guess it was a volcano, a fire, storms. It was all crazy. You know what I'm saying? So prayers and stuff out there to the people in Hawaii. I hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's getting better. But yeah, check you later.